Hello and happy Friday, friends. The weekend is almost here. Hopefully, you are winding down your week. It's what, noon there in Sydney? So you got a little while longer. Hang on, few more hours, and then the weekend is all yours. So thanks for tuning in today. This is the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge, and my name is Andrew Hawkrattle. That's right, like a hawk with a rattle, but you can just call me Hawk because it's way easier. You can follow along social media right here, hawk.co, or on Behance, same place. So thanks for joining us again. Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge. Lots of familiar faces in chat. Lynn, Steve, Ruth, and of course Joanna. If you want to say hi, go ahead and drop that in chat. If you're watching on YouTube right now, hop over to Behance. So behance.net/live is where we are. We're hanging out in the chat, having a grand old time. And everybody, I want you to put your favorite food emoji. Let's do that today. So let's see those food emojis drop into chat. And boy, is it going to be distracting because I am so hungry. All right, so what we're doing today is the Daily Creative Challenge. You can sign up for the challenges and get more info over here at behance.net/challenge/illustrator. I know it is Friday for you there, but we do have one more coming up tomorrow if you want to join us on Saturday. At same time, same place, noon Sydney time. So we will be continuing on our world tour. We're learning Illustrator through the lens of travel. And so over these lessons, we have been to Paris, Sydney, Melbourne, USA, Egypt, Brazil, New York, and today we're heading to India. Tomorrow we'll finish off in Canada to have a great time. And yes, I agree, Flynn, we need Calty Webster to do a hawk with a rattle for me. I would love that. If you want to do all of these challenges with us, you can click right here on this button. It will remind you every single time there's a new challenge live. It will just give you a little ding right up there in your bell on Behance. Oh my goodness, Lynn, tacos. I freaking love tacos. They're the greatest thing in the whole world. So you can sign up here, get involved here, and another great way that you can get involved is to join our Discord. That's right, the Discord, bit.ly/AI Discord. That's the place to be. There are all kinds of different channels in that Discord. You can ask some questions, you can get feedback, you can ask for advice, you can just hang out and chat and get connected. There's all kinds of different ways. And this is where you'll be posting your daily creative challenges. So today we're making mandalas because we are heading to India. So here's some work. Yesterday, some glowing type on the boards. Some absolutely gorgeous stuff. And I love sitting and giving you feedback. We'll be going live a little bit later tonight. If you'd like to wind down your Friday with me, excuse me. If you'd like to wind down your Friday with me, join us again a little bit later tonight, probably around 5-ish Sydney time. So right as you're getting off work, you can pop back in, hang out with me, and wind down your day. Go home, pop off those shoes, grab a drink, and I don't know, just hang out. And yes, Joanna, I like all of those things, please. One of each of those foods. One food for me, please. Another way that you can get involved that is a really, really great way that is free for everyone is, that's right, Adobe Max coming up October 20th to the 22nd. I know, Flynn, if you can answer this, I think that there is some content or some things that are special happening for our friends in Australia. Flynn, put any info that you have about that there, and you guys can check that out. I know it's going to be a great time. If you'd like to, you can sign up, register, and then in the speaker catalog, go ahead and search for my name. That's right, just search for this, Andrew Hawkrattle, and that will take you to my sessions. I am doing a session with our friend Julia about a new product that's coming to a new platform, and a great couple sessions with our friend Nick Longo taking office hours on the road. So make sure you tune in for those and join us for Adobe Max. It's going to be a great time. All right, those are all the announcements that I have. We are going to have a great time today building mandalas. I'm going to show you the easy way to do it with rotating and creating some guides, and then I'll show you the really complicated way how to do it using effects that are based on layers instead of objects. So we're going to get a little bit crazy today, but don't worry, hopefully it won't be too much. We're going to have a lot of fun. And yes, lots of local speakers are airing at the Asia Pacific Happy Time. Perfect. So there is programming for you, and super excited to tune in for some of that. That hopefully isn't in the middle of the night for me. All right, let's go ahead and hop in and continue on our journey. This is the second to last flight, the penultimate adventure, if you will. So let's enjoy our next trip on the world tour. we are here, we are back. There we go. We are back and we are India now. We are in India. I've got my backpack for my trek. I know that it gets very hot and humid here, so I want to make sure that I stay hydrated. Got my Camelback in there. And very excited to jump in and have some fun. And yes, Chris Doyle, Gemma O'Brien, Ben Marriott, Ramis. Oh, yes, I've watched those. Yes, those are great. So make sure you tune in for those sessions for the friends in Australia. Yeah, there are some big guns coming in. That's going to be very, very fun. All right, let's go ahead and hop over into Illustrator and take a look at our source file for today. Design a mandala using the rotate and transform tools. I think most of our friends that are hanging out from India are probably asleep right now, but this means hello, it's nice to meet you. So that's really cool. And nice, Paul Tranny is the MC. That's going to be so much fun. Love Paul, great guy. All right, let's go ahead and hop in here. And a mandala, if you haven't seen one, is basically something that is rotated into a circle. We can look real quick in our Discord and see an example of that. It's something like this, right? That's been rotated again and again and again to make a gorgeous little pattern, and that's what we're going to do today. First, I'm going to move this little stamp. Bye, friend. And I'm going to make some guides. Now, when we're thinking about a mandala, really we just need some sections that we can repeat. So I'm going to make some guides starting at the top here and going all the way down to the bottom. So we're going to select that, and we're just using the line tool very easily. So we're going to put a 3-point stroke on there. Hey, Jack, welcome to the stream. We're going to hit R to rotate, and here's where we do math. So we're going to hit R to rotate and hit Enter. And what that does is it brings up a rotate menu. Instead of clicking and dragging, we're going to use math. Ooh, math. I know it's going to be crazy. So we want 12 sections. So we're going to do the 20, let's see, 360 is how many are in a circle, how many degrees in a circle. And we're going to do 30, so we can have 12. So we're going to hit copy. Don't hit OK, hit copy. And again, since we've just told Illustrator, hey, we want this line to rotate by 30 degrees and make a copy, we can go up here to Object Transform, Transform again, or hit Control or Command D, and it will continue to transform those. So there we go. We've got some nice guides, and I'm actually going to rotate this by 45 degrees because it'll be easier to have a top and bottom kind of one pointing straight down. So we're just going to rotate that 45 degrees, and now we have one that is pointing straight down. And hello, good morning from India. Hello, nice to meet you. I put a little message for you up there. Hopefully I wrote it right. I tried. So here, what we're going to do is we're actually going to use these as guides. We're going to center them to the artboard, and to change them to guides, we go to View Guides and Make Guides. And that is going to turn them into guides. They're no longer shapes, they fade into the background, and now we just use them as guides for the shapes that we're going to make. Now what we can do is we can start to fill these in a little bit. You can use the brush tool, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to grab one more guide and put it right in the middle, because we really only need half of this because we're going to mirror it on the other side. So what you can do is literally grab the pen tool and come in here and just start playing around with different shapes. See what you can come up with, create something that's a little bit crazy, a little bit fun. Really, there's no rules here. And I'm just going to keep grabbing the pen tool, and we're just going to keep making stuff to our heart's delight. Now, when you are doing this, you want to make sure that you are not going over that center line because, right, we are making sure that these are going to mirror back and forth. So in here, maybe we put some little diamonds, and we're using the hotkeys M. What are we using? M. L. M is the rectangle tool that we're using right here. We're using R for rotate, and I'm using S for scale. So we're rotating these, scaling them down just a little bit, and kind of playing around with where we want these to go. So this is looking pretty good. You can play around with any pattern you want and really create whatever you want. And nice, we have New Zealand, Australia, India. I'm guessing that we have some friends from Brazil. If you're from Brazil, let us know. And from here, let's do some lines. So just some easy stroked lines right here. And we're going to leverage the blend tool that we have used in the past just to do one more here. And let's grab those two, and we'll just use the hotkeys for blend. And then up here, why not? We're going to do maybe some little circles sitting up here. So you can add in whatever elements you want. This is not the best mandala, but I'm trying to show you guys how to do it effectively. So there we go. And then one more over here on the side. Let's make sure that's at least aligned. There we go. So now we have all of these different shapes and all these different pieces. Let's add one more in here. Oops. Let's go there, and then maybe do like a cool little wonky woobly right there. So what we're going to do now, Egypt, nice to see you from Egypt. What we're going to do now is we are going to mirror this. We simply grab all of this, we will right click and go to transform, reflect. We're going to reflect it vertically. We'll do more reflecting later, so keep that in mind. And we're going to hit copy. Now we have a copy of it that we can align straight to this center. Now we want it to align right to that anchor point, which it has. And now we can select all of these and hit Command or Control G to group them together. Now here's where it gets a little bit tricky. A mandala basically repeats itself around a circle, right? Again and again and again and again. So what we're going to do is we're going to select this shape. Whoa, I zoomed way too far. We're going to select this design that we've made in one slice and just think of it as a kaleidoscope, right? Each of these slices is going to be exactly the same. We're going to hit R for the rotate tool. And then right in the center where it says intersect, that's where all of those lines are intersecting. So we are going to hold Alt or Option, and we are going to click. From there, it's going to bring up this rotate screen again. And because, right, we have 30 degrees, right, we've made the 12 across, so we've made 30 degrees each. We'll put in 30 degrees here, and you'll see that it's rotating into the next slice of pie. So we hit copy, and now we've told Illustrator, hey, we want you to copy what we just did at 30 degrees. From there, we can hit View, Guides, Hide Guides. There we go. And with this selected, we can go to, again, Object, Transform, Transform again, or just hit Control or Command D. This is really great also to make snowflakes. If you're ever looking for snowflakes for the holiday season, very easy way to use those slices and use the guides to leverage to make an incredible mandala. Super fun. So I'm going to show you one more way to do it, and this way is crazy. So this way is going to be really, really crazy. Hopefully you enjoy it. Let's try, you know what? I'm going to try something different just because I like to go off script. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a new layer right here. We're going to name it mandala. And yes, this is trick 2. So this is the advanced version. If you want to be advanced, this is the next level of how to do it. We are going to make that new layer, and we're going to have to select that layer. But first, we want to make a little crossbar. So we are going to make a crossbar on that green layer. And again, we are just going to fill it with black. And I'm going off script from what I rehearsed to see if I can make something work. Again, when you're designing, there's no wrong way to do things. Try things, see what happens, and if they don't work, then they don't work. So we've made 2 lines here, just using our Align tool. Yes, Mercurial, welcome back. And with these 2 selected, we are going to go to Effect, Distort and Transform, and Zigzag. Now, Zigzag, I'm going to do Smooth because I want it to be a little bit more wavy. And I'm only going to do, let's see if we can get this to work. 1, and then I want it a lot. This is not going to work the way I want it to. Do I need 2? There we go. This is, guys, this is actually going to work. So I'm going to do 2 right here, rides per segment, and I'm going to hit OK. All right, so this is going to get crazy. So from here, with this, what we've done is we've made those waves, and now I want to make copies of those waves. So with this selected, we are going to come over here to the layers. We are going to select everything on this layer by clicking on this little circle right here. From there, we are going to go to Effect, Distort and Transform, click on Transform. And again, fingers crossed that this works. What we want to do is we want to reflect the X. And what that's going to do is it's going to take the whole thing and reflect it the other way. Looking good so far. So it's going to reflect it the other way. And not only do we want it to reflect it, we want it to reflect as a copy. So we're going to make 1 copy. There we go. And it has now reflected it as a copy. Looking good. Now we're going to hit OK. I know, right? This is actually going to work. Now, with this layer still selected, we are going to get really crazy, and we are going to make 12 copies of this. Okay, so 360 degrees, 30-degree angles. We need 12 copies. We already have one, so we're going to go to Effect, Distort, and Transform, and click on Transform again. And from here, we're simply going to up this to 11 copies. You can see as I do one, oh, why is this not going to work? Oh, I need to move. So we're going to move it by 30 degrees. Oh boy, we're figuring out live. We're going to move it by 30 degrees each time, and we want those copies. We want 11 copies that are moved by 30 degrees, which means 12 in total, which means we're going to get 360 degrees. So 360 degrees. Each one of these is rotating at 30 degrees, and we are going to have 12 copies. So we're going to click this. Yes. There we go. And we're going to do 11 copies because we already had one. And you're saying, Andrew, you only needed less than that. Wrong. And I'm going to show you why you're wrong. That's what the stream is now. I'm going to show you why you're wrong. What we can do here is we probably need a circle all the way around the mandala. Let's do that. Just make a circle on our own. This might explode the entire thing. Let's see. Nope. All right, so we've made a circle around here, and now watch this. What's going to happen is as we scale this down, there we go, we can start adding details in one of these, and watch what happens when I add a detail in one. Oh my goodness. No. Yes is the answer. It is 100% making it so that, oops. Well, what have we done here? It's 100% making it so that everything that I do, it's carrying over to 12 different shapes, right? So it is, again, let's look at the effects. It is, let's select the layer and look at the effects right here. It is taking the layer, it is transforming it to make a copy of it, right, that's inversed, and then rotating it 30 degrees each for 11 copies to make 12 total. So yes, it's crazy. And because it's doing it to the layer and not an object, anything we put on here is going to create a new mandala. This is actually better than the one that we did this morning. We did it a different way this morning that didn't work the way I wanted it to. And so this is much better. It's much cleaner as well. You can come in here with the brush tool and make a little woobly do there. You can make absolutely anything that you want in these. Ooh, this is going to look cool right here. Yeah. And again, you don't have to do both sides. You can only do one side because it will copy that around the other edge. And yes, this is the most surprise Pikachu face feature that I use ever. So we can keep adding little details here. Maybe I want to do some little diamonds up here. And it's cool because this is basically rotating anything. Oh, it looks like a little happy face now. Anything that you put on one side of that top one, I know it's sorcery, goes to both sides of the top one because it is being reflected as well as rotated 360 degrees 12 times. So we'll fill in some other details over here. Maybe there's just a big shape right here. Oh, and again, I made the mistake of not doing right to the center. And you can see if in some of these places, right, we go over the center, it's going to start making two copies of that shape because it is reflecting it. The easy way to fix that is actually just to rotate so that we have the vertical, right? So we're going to select all of this. We'll rotate by 45 degrees, and now we have a perfect vertical right here. And if you guys really want to see something crazy, check this out, right? So it looks like we have all these shapes. Here's our outline mode. We're literally working with two crossbars, one circle, and then whatever shapes we're making in the center here. And again, I can take these and make sure that they are all centered right there, and that this one is lined up perfectly to that center, so that it all works with the crossbars. Turn off preview mode. Boom. Oh my goodness gracious. That's crazy town. And I messed it up. There we go. So what we can do again is we can take this, we can rotate. Oops, I didn't grab the top ones. There we go. and rotate 45 degrees. And now we have a nice vertical that we can play around with for this shape. So we can come in here, maybe create one of these, something that goes here, maybe something that comes all the way up here, and then to the center and down. Why not? And you'll see that it is filling in those centers. And if there is a problem, guess what? Super easy to just go in there, change that anchor point, and fix it right up. And yes, this is so awesome. This is one of my favorite challenges to do because, right, if we're doing this kind of thing, we don't even have to worry about making really anything perfect. We can make it totally not perfect and just drop stuff in. And because of the way that it's working, it will fill those. Now we can see here that this got a little bit of offset. That's fine. We can simply move it over or drag it until it locks right there. And there we go. So that is locking it to the center. They are duck feet. They are little duck feet. That's so funny. All right, so we're going to lock this one into the center there, bring it right down here, and then why not do one of these? There we go. You know what? Let's round that out a little bit. There we go. So we've created a really great mandala, and something else that's going to happen is if I select this, watch this, and I change it to red, boom, it's going to change all of those for me. So it's super easy to have a color scheme, right? That I have these, let's rotate it back 45 degrees. I don't have to worry about selecting all the objects. I can simply come in here, maybe we want to do a blue color palette, and we can set this one to blue. We can set this one to a different blue. We can set this one to a nice like aqua green here, going there, and just drop in the blue colors that we want and watch what happens. So over here, let's do these orange. That'll be a nice little contrast. Actually, let's do these white, and then we can fill in the spaces with orange after the fact. So we'll do these in white, and we come back to here, and boom, everything has changed colors for us. It is absolutely gorgeous, and yes, what a treat. So what we can do is we can select all of this, and we can go to Object, Expand Appearance, and it's going to expand all of those into their own shapes, right? Super quick, super easy, and here is where you can start playing around with maybe filling in some of the spots, right? You can go to Object, and you want to make a copy before you do this, so let's just make a copy over to the side. You can select this and then go to Object, Live Paint, Make. And what that's going to do is it's going to make each of these sections live so that we can paint them in. So let's go ahead and grab the orange, and with K, which is the live paint bucket tool, we can hover over and see that it's going to select each of these areas. So you can just drop in color as you wish. Super easy, super quick to color things without having to go into detail. This reminds me of like kids pics like back in the day, but you can work very quickly with that once you have converted it. But once you have converted it to live paint, you cannot go back. It is forever in live paint mode. So this is the mandala that we have created, and yes, this may be one that you need to go back and rewatch, but thankfully you can do that very, very easily by going back over to behance.net/challenge/illustrator right here and catch up on this video to see how that works. I actually like this video better than the one this morning. Don't tell the United States. I like this video and the way that we did it this time much better than what we did this morning. So if you want to watch this video, you can watch it again on YouTube, or I believe the link will be somewhere, Finn, ? I don't know. But you can check it out and rewatch this to make sure that you follow along and try out this new technique, which we've discovered live. That's what I love about these shows, is there is always new stuff to learn. There is always things that we come into live and discover together. So hopefully you can continue to discover things creatively without me. We have one more day, so don't leave me yet. But hopefully as you continue on, we'll be able to continue on and learn some more tomorrow. And yes, Mercurial, It is mind-blowing. This is one of my favorite tools in Illustrator. So I will see you all tomorrow on Saturday for you in Australia. Hopefully we'll be having a relaxing day, or if you want to, again, you can join me tonight. You can follow along on Instagram right here, and I'll be posting about it, and we'll be live on Behance giving you feedback on your daily creative challenges. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time on the next Daily Creative Challenge.